Hello and a very warm welcome viewers. You're watching this special presentation of Sansad TV with your host Kriti Mishra. The landscape of Indian politics has evolved significantly over the years, with younger generations gradually marking their presence felt in the country's parliament. The rise of young members of parliament in India, especially since the turn of the millennium, shows the growing aspirations of the youth in the democratic journey of our country. And joining us today is a very special guest, a young parliamentarian from Gujarat in the Upper House of Parliament, Mr. Kesridevsinh Jhala. Welcome to Sansad TV and thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
So I was just going through your biography. So 2011, in the presence of the then Chief Minister of Gujarat, Mr. Narendra Modi, now of course the Prime Minister of our country, you joined the BJP. Hailing from an illustrious political family, tell us how has been this political journey for you so far?
It's been a long journey for me. As you very rightly put, the Honorable Prime Minister, when he was the Chief Minister of Gujarat, we held a function for him in Wankaner, which is my hometown, and we had a gathering of royal family members who felicitated him for his 10 years of being a CM of Gujarat. It was a function in which I was inducted into the party at the hands of the Honorable Prime Minister, and ever since I have been a BJP Karyakarta.
So 2011 to 2023, that's when you were elected unopposed to the Upper House of Indian Parliament in July. So tell us about the period from 2011 to 2023. How did that shape up for you?
So 2011, as you rightly pointed out, I was inducted into the party. The party gave me a lot of responsibilities to work at the grassroots levels, which shaped me to what I am today, being able to be in the midst of my, in the vicinity, in my local areas, to get to know what the issues are, what the public's needs are. In a sense, it was an opportunity to cut my teeth at the grassroots levels. I worked for the party for those 11 years, for those 12 years, and subsequently, when the 2023 nominations came up for the Rajya Sabha, the Honorable Prime Minister and the party saw fit to give me the opportunity to come and represent Gujarat in Delhi. So it's been a long journey over 12 years, but the grassroots level work that I did initially, I think has helped me understand what is required from me, from the party side.
What was that one factor that drew you towards your current party? That's the BJP.
The Bharatiya Janata Party, way back when I joined in 2011, the Honorable Prime Minister was then the Chief Minister of Gujarat. His entire vision, his aura, his personality, his thinking, his micromanagement of putting a state on not just a map of India but on an international map. Those were things that motivated me and really drew me to join politics at that age and join the Bharatiya Janata Party. Modi ji, when he was the CM of Gujarat, held visionary events such as the Vibrant Gujarat. Now that's just one example I'll take. Vibrant Gujarat in those days, for a CM to go out into the international forum, to bring in investments into Gujarat, to bring Gujarat up, and he really turned Gujarat into a model state. These are all visionary things that most chief ministers in those days did not even think of. He's always been ahead of the curve. He's always been someone who has thought far ahead, not just 5 years getting into power and then maintaining power, but he's always thought for the long-term future. Today we are seeing that happen at a national level. He has brought the Indian political mindset into a whole different realm. We were looked at by the rest of the countries or the rest of the world in a very different light when he became a prime minister, when he became the prime minister in 2014. Subsequently, in the 10 years, the kind of work he has done, bringing all kinds of investments, bringing all kinds of working for all the different parts of our country, whether it is the poor, whether it is the youth, whether it is the women of the country. He has come up with laws and for all parts of the community. So there isn't a single sector which he has not thought of, and this is all part of his vision to make India a global leader in 2047.
That's true. But talking about the issues, and Rajya Sabha is a council of states, you represent the state of Gujarat in the Upper House of Indian Parliament. Tell me about the issues that really matter to you of your state that you want to bring forth in the Upper House of Indian Parliament.
So as a Rajya Sabha member, of course, our responsibilities are representing our state. So in my particular scenario, I represent Gujarat in the Rajya Sabha in Delhi. We besides the day-to-day running of what a Rajya Sabha member would have to do sitting in Delhi on behalf of the state, above and beyond that, there are certain fields which I am affiliated to, such as environment, such as tourism. These are fields that have inherently been part of my thought process from a very young age. So wherever possible, we have tried to bring up issues related to these issues at the Rajya Sabha, not just from the Gujarat point of view, but from a country point of view. We are here representing the state, of course, but the issues that are relevant to the Rajya Sabha and the issues that we are bringing up are by and large for the entire country, and we've got to think from that larger scheme, larger thought process.
Again, talking to you about your political life. So, what were the challenges? Because there are a number of people who want to venture into politics, but probably the challenges are immense. So, tell us about your experiences of the challenges.
So, from my point of view, the thought process of getting into politics to get into community-oriented service as a very primary level, your goals have got to be clear. If you know what exactly it is that you want out of your political career, if you want to call it that, then you have a very clear roadmap. As far as I am concerned, I am someone who, with my family background, already had a platform whereby I could contribute towards my local the public's affairs and all kinds of needs that are there of the general public. So for me, working for the community, working for the area, working for my geographical, if you want to call it a constituency, was something that was already inherently there before I joined the Bharatiya Janata Party. So when I joined the Bharatiya Janata Party, it gave me a platform and a larger platform from whereby I could contribute towards the development of my area. That is where I started. And as far as the specific works are concerned, we started ground up. We started from the panchayats. Our area was originally a Congress area. The panchayat in Wankaner area was always a Congress seat. So to work ground up, to be able to revolutionize the thought processes, to bring all the vikas that was going on, the development that was going on in Gujarat to my area was something that I dedicated a lot of time to. The Honorable Prime Minister's vision for Gujarat is something that we wanted to bring to my area. So in 2011 when I joined, I had a fair amount of time to work at the grassroots levels, and that showed by the time we came to the 2021 local body elections, the panchayat elections. We had successfully taken the word of the Prime Minister all the way, the schemes of the Prime Minister all the way to the final person, and that's how we formed the panchayat for the first time in Wankaner. That's where my political journey really started.
So these were the challenges, but what is the advice that you would like to give to those young politicians, those budding young politicians who look up to you?
So as you get older, you remember what the elders told you when you were starting off, and not that I am that much senior as yet, but I would say that the political sphere is a sphere where there are always constantly ups and downs, not to get too disheartened with the downs and to keep working away. That was my original point. Your idea, your main idea of joining politics, what is it that you want to contribute, your aims, your vision has to be very clear. And then once you have ascertained that, do not deviate, do not get disheartened. There will always be ups and downs in politics. But the primary role of working for your constituency, the primary role of contributing to the betterment of the people of your area, that should never be compromised with. As long as that is clear, there will always come a time where you will have the opportunity to contribute.
But that juggling part is absolutely difficult. Family, politics, perhaps business, perhaps public service.
Well, for me, that's a very apt question, because when it comes to me individually, all the spheres that you have just discussed, I have to take care of all of them on an individual basis. So yes, there is a fair amount of juggling that goes on. But the motivation of working for your area, working for your party, now working for the government, is something that drives us to get the maximum out of a day, a month, a year, your 6-year Rajya Sabha term. I think it gives me a great amount of motivation, especially now that I have an opportunity to contribute not just to the government, not just to my state, but also to my area. That balance is something that we strive to maintain.
Talking about representation of young parliamentarians, of course, situation has improved. But do you think more representation is needed, and what do we do for it?
I think under the present regime, the present government, the Honorable Prime Minister has got a vision for not just geographically all parts of the country, every state, every community, every background. I think the representation is a very good mix of people from different aspects of life. As far as the Rajya Sabha is concerned, if you look at me, I am somebody who would be considered young for Rajya Sabha membership.
Yes.
But there are a lot of other young MPs from all over the country who would be in my age bracket. And that brings a whole different aspect to the workings of the Rajya Sabha. There's a lot more dynamism, there's a lot more modernity. The younger generation also brings along with it the use of technology, knowing exactly what current affairs are going on in the world, and therefore we are able to contribute a lot more. So I would say it's not how it used to be in the older days. It is the house of the elders, but there are a fair number of youngsters who are contributing.
That's true. So tell us about your experience in the House of Elders as a young MP.
Well, my first year, which has just come to an end, it's been a very fast learning curve for people like us who come from the states, who are basically oriented to state politics, to now be at the center and to be thinking at a national level, to be thinking at a global level. It's a fast learning curve, but when it comes to working and being able to contribute at this period of time of the country's development, where you have a generational leadership under the Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji, someone who is change the whole mindset of the country, change the mindset of the bureaucracy, change the mindset of the political brass. He has brought in a generational change. To be able to contribute under his leadership is something that we are very fortunate to be part of. These are things that will be remembered over the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And we will be able to look back and say that when the Honorable Prime Minister was leading the charge and turning India into a global leader, that we were also able to contribute under his leadership. It's a great opportunity for all the young MPs who are currently part of both the houses.
We have resolved to make India a developed nation by the year 2047. How do you envision the role of young people in the country to contribute towards that larger goal?
The Honorable Prime Minister has set up a very good roadmap. India's views in the rest of the world, how the rest of the world looked at India pre-2014 and how it has been looked at today. We are looked at as a very strong nation compared to what we were earlier. A no-nonsense nation when it comes to negotiating with different countries, whether it is on security, whether it is on economy, and the diplomatic relations that India has developed with a very modernistic view. I think it's laid out a very good roadmap. Keeping that in mind, and of course within the country, just by having good relations with other countries, we will not become a developed nation, a global leader. But what the Honorable Prime Minister started off in his very first term was to get the basic criteria, the basic suvidhas, if you want to call them, to the final person. If our public gets all the schemes, if our public gets all the development that it requires, the education, the health, the infrastructure, revolutionary ideas such as direct benefit transfers, there's so many schemes that we can mention. All of this is turning the whole facade in the country into a very pro-development, modern India mindset. So keeping all that in mind, the roadmap has been laid out. As far as the younger MPs are concerned, it's a great opportunity to be working in this kind of an environment where India is moving forward. We have seen back in the day how we were treated at an international level, and it's with great pride I say that it's a honor to be representing the country, to be representing the people at this point of time during the revolutionary leadership of the Prime Minister.
Well, on that good note, thank you so much for joining us and share all those details, those perspectives, and of course your experiences with us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Well, viewers, that's all we had for you in this edition. Thanks for watching and stay tuned to Sansad TV. Goodbye for now from my side.
watch more programs of Sansad TV, subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to like and share them.